Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to do a quick overview on Google's Alphabet's earnings. They released on October 26th after the market closed. If this is your first time here, guys, make sure to hit the thumbs up, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and check out the pinned comment where I have 10 free stock ideas and my free newsletter for you guys. So let's get started. So like I mentioned, right, Google released earnings October 26th after the market closed. And we can see from this 5-day chart, investors enjoyed it. And we're going to take a quick look at what are some of my highlights from it. But right now, in the past 5 days, Google is up about 5.7%. And let's take a quick look at the presentation I have set up for you guys real quick. And like always, if you guys want to take a quick look at this presentation and all the other stocks that I cover, it will be shared in my free newsletter and the link is down below. So Google, Alphabet, ticker GOOG or GOOGL, depending on which one you trade, reported earnings 10/26 after the market closed. They showed Q3 revenue was $65 billion. This was up 41% year over year and 5% quarter over quarter. Those are some crazy numbers. And if we break down that $65 billion, about 53.1 or a good portion more comes from the advertisement business. 5 billion comes from Google Cloud and about 6.7 comes from other, and this is kind of like their hardware products. This quarter, they did purchase about $12.6 billion worth of shares in Q3. Crazy numbers. Some other things that they mentioned is operating margins were about 32% for this quarter. These are similar level to last quarter. Q2 of 2021 were about 31%. So no major changes. Some of the highlights I wanted to talk about was first, it seems Google's ad business was not affected much by iOS changes. As some other advertising platforms we've seen, right? We've seen a few other social platforms that kind of deal with the advertising business take quite a hit after reporting earnings. Google did not, and I'm pretty sure it's because Google has a lot more information than some of these other applications, right? If you use Google, if you use YouTube, you're already giving them the information to them. So they have first party information already ahead. So for that reason, I believe certain changes won't affect Google's revenue as much. Do you want 10 free stock picks right now? Well, if you do, let's take a quick listen to today's sponsor, a great reason why I'm able to provide so much content to you guys for free. I want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Motley Fool is a company that provides investing insight and stock recommendations for investors of all skill sets and risk levels. You all know how much I love researching new stocks and trying to find the next best investment. So I'm proud to partner with The Motley Fool to bring you 10 free stock picks from their popular product, Stock Advisor. Stock Advisor has beat the market by more than 4x. Go to fool.com/Jose to get your free 10 stock picks now. Some other highlights that I wanted to mention. YouTube ads is $7.2 billion of total revenue. That is insane. That is up 43% year over year and about 2.9% quarter over quarter. And the reason I think this is super impressive is because remember, same time last year, if you were watching YouTube, you were probably getting hit with a lot of politics advertisement, right? So for it to be up 43% year over year prior to where the last year was a presidential election year, I think those are some strong numbers. Another thing that we saw was Google Cloud is 4.99 billion of that total revenue. That's also up 45% year over year, and it's up about 7.8% quarter over quarter. One thing I do want to mention is Google Cloud at the moment is still not profitable. Finally, some things to know if we take a quick look at my presentation here or some of my slides. After Google reported earnings, numerous analysts came out and increased their price targets. Here you have one going to 3,090 from 3,071. Small upgrade, but still an upgrade in price target. Another one up to 3,400 from 3,200. Another one to 3,350 from 3,100. Another one through 3,530 from 3,424. Current prices are at $2,915 as I am recording this episode. So we can see a lot of bullish sentiments towards Google, and the analyst price targets that have increased kind of create kind of this bullish sentiment towards it, which I believe has given this 5% in the past 5 days. Another thing I do want to mention is this is pretty weird, but how will supply chains problems affect its advertisement business? You might be like, hey, Jose, how will supply chains affect their advertisement business? They could care less. I mean, what is the point of advertising? The point of advertising is to be able to sell out your products. If due to supply chain stuff, you don't need that help from advertisement. If you're already selling out of everything you have, why do you need to advertise? So that might affect it a little bit. I don't think it's going to be a huge hit, as there's other things that could be advertised that are not dealt with the supply chain issues, but still something to keep in mind of, and also something to keep in mind of for other advertisement platforms as well. So now just my overall thoughts. Right now, this is a tier 2, a high tier 2 company in my portfolio. Yes, I do own it, but I do want to say, due to its stock price right now, this for me, if I wanted to add a little bit more, it would be more of a low dollar cost averaging, where I would buy a little bit and a little bit, because I do believe it might be a bit overextended. But we can see, right, this is a stock that has been a beast for the past year. So dollar cost averaging would be my method for adding onto Google, and little methods here, little ads here over time. I do want to say, right, the reason is, if we take a look at Google's EV to EBITDA forward ratio, it's about the highest it's been since January of 2020. So again, it kind of gives me, hey, there might be a small correction sometime in the future, maybe, but not now. But for now, low dollar cost average is my position. Like I mentioned, I do own this in my portfolio, and this was updated today on October 29th, 2021. If you guys want to get this slideshow, I will post it on my newsletter, which is free. You should see the link down below. But take care, guys. Thank you so much, and see you next time.